Hello everybody, this is an astrological forecast for Pisces for August of 2012, and this also applies if you have a Pisces ascendant. So my dear Pisceans, Mercury is still retrograde in your 6th house until the 8th of this month. So especially not a good time for going for job interviews, not a good time for communicating important issues in the work area, not a good time for signing work contracts or any kind of contracts or any kind of paperwork that's important. It's a wonderful time for completing any paperwork, for getting all your office work out of the way, and for doing any kind of research. After it goes direct, then you can start communicating. Then you can talk to people because they're going to be much more receptive and they're going to be able to hear and understand what it is you're communicating. Now, this month we've got Venus, the planet of love and money, doing a lot of things. She's going to be in your 1st house initially with Jupiter, in your 4th house with Jupiter. And this means that many of you might be moving or considering a move, or at least a long distance trip. And with Venus in this 4th house for the beginning of the month, it's a wonderful time for spending time at home, for being with family, for creating a family of friends around you. It's just a nice feeling of your surroundings, and also a great time for redecorating, for doing something about upgrading, making your whole surroundings feeling as though everything is in harmony. And of course, Pisces, many of you are so very creative. You can do something quite inexpensively and do something creative to make your surroundings just feel that more homely and more beautiful to you. After the 8th of the month, we've got Venus going into your 5th house. Well, Pisces, those of you looking for a romance, this will be the time, the last 3 weeks of the month, because Venus there means that you can attract somebody that you love. It's also a wonderful time to be with children. It's a wonderful time to entertain or be entertained. Great time just to chill out, to enjoy. You might find as though you are daydreaming a lot. And of course, dear Pisceans, that is your speciality. But allow yourself just that enjoyment, because Venus isn't in that 5th house usually for very long. You've got 3 weeks of the month where it's there, so do enjoy it and do some creative things to make the best of it. We've got a lot happening in this 6th house of work and service, so you might find yourself helping somebody out, maybe helping out in an old home or a soup kitchen, or doing something for somebody else. It's also a good time for shining the spotlight on your health and for doing something good proactively as far as your health and your diet is concerned. With the sun in the 7th house towards the end of the month as well, more focus on your relationships. Now, you may feel as though, since it's going to be opposite Neptune, that somebody's maybe betrayed you or not told you the truth. You're going to have to be really careful that you are listening to what you're being told and that you're reading behind the lines. You're seeing whether somebody has a conditional relationship with you. Maybe it's conditional on how much you're giving in return always, rather than you feeling as though there's just a flow of energy, a flow of love. So that might be something you need to look at in your relationships a little bit more deeply. Saturn, Mars in your 8th house, lots happening with your finances, dear Pisces. It's erratic, it's changeable. It's time really to get a handle on it. You may find that there's some arguments or disagreements with somebody who is maybe in control of your finances or some joint finances. It's really time. You may have to assert yourself a little bit more. I know, Pisces, you don't like to be too assertive necessarily. It's time to just allow yourself to say, well, look, this is what I need financially. I'm not willing to compromise anymore. And you may find that you need to get out of a loan or reduce a loan or a debt or sell something if you can, in order so that you don't feel as though you've got so many financial responsibilities going on all at the same time. After the 25th of the month, Mars goes into your 9th house. Wonderful time for going off and traveling somewhere, especially on your own, actually. You might want to just take a trip off on your own, or good for a learning trip. Also very good for studying, for learning, and for going into anything that's metaphysical, especially, of course, astrology. I'm not really biased. And we do have the square of Uranus to Pluto from your 2nd to your 11th house ongoing. It's been going on for months. It will go on for several more months. What this means is you need to take more control in your financial situation. You also need to maybe reevaluate your priorities and your values. I think they've been changing a lot. You need to go more deeply into yourself rather than maybe going along with what other people are telling you, allowing yourself to be influenced by others. No, time to stick up for yourself and time to come up with ideas as ways in which you can make more money, you can feel better about yourself, and you can raise your self-confidence, because that's what it's really about, Pisces, being more confident within yourself. So there you have it. Do something nice in the home. There's romance on the cards. There's a light shining on your career. Just watch the finances a little, because that looks where the bumps possibly lie. So I wish you a great month. I thank those of you that like my videos, that favourite them, that share them, tweet them, stick them on Facebook, whatever it is. I'm always delighted to hear from you if you want to come for a reading. And I thank you very much for tuning in. Bye for now.